Thank you all so much for joining us today. We'll be discussing the new partnership between JobTread and Deckorators. The JobTread founder and CEO, Eric Fortenberry, is joined by Nick Lahr, the National Contractor Development Manager of Deckorators, to highlight the benefits of the partnership. And they've also invited 3 top-of-the-line deck builders, Jason, Blake, and Kevin, to explain how they use JobTread to manage their thriving businesses and to share some best practices for contractors in the decking industry. This webinar will be recorded and shared online on the JobTread website, YouTube, and social media. So please utilize the question and answer tool at the bottom if you have any questions during the webinar, and we'll make sure that we get you the answers. All right, Eric, so go ahead and kick it off.
Awesome. Thanks, Anna. Appreciate everyone for coming out. I'm super excited about this opportunity to be able to share with you a little bit more about the JobTread Deckorators partnership. This has been in the works for a little while now, and I'm just super excited about this. Before we get into it, though, for those of you who aren't familiar with JobTread or not currently using it, JobTread is an all-in-one construction project management system. Really, ultimately, our goal is to help you get organized, get all of your documents, everything for your jobs, your job costing, your schedules, your plans, your invoices, collections, everything you need from an end-to-end perspective to run your construction business. We've got it. Ultimately, we want to help you grow your business and to increase your profits and help you build a better business that's scalable and just be the best business that you can be. So our goal here has always been to provide the best tools and features that we can, but also to find the best partners. And we're really excited about this partnership with Deckorators, and we think that there's a lot of benefits for the JobTread customers as well as for the greater industry as a whole to help continue improving the solutions out there. So from a JobTread perspective, our key feature areas are really the sales, estimating, managing that pipeline, helping you build out your budgets, know your numbers, essentially generate your prices based on actual numbers. So knowing what a job is going to cost you is like the foundation of JobTread. And we've got all the tools though that you would need to manage the job, the projects, the scheduling, the job costing, all the billing and the finances running through here. So there's a ton of tools and features. We've got a whole list of them. Not going to go into everything here today. We do have a lot of resources on our website, a bunch of videos. You can also schedule a demo with us at any time. So there's tons out there. Happy to dive into that at another time. But today I really want to focus on Deckorators and specifically what we're doing with them. So I'm going to turn it over here to Nick and let him tell you a little bit more about Deckorators.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. Appreciate everyone's time, and hopefully you guys see value in this. And if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, go ahead and throw them out there on the chat, and obviously reach out to us afterwards if you have any questions. So we'll start with Deckorators. So we are a company that is a manufacturer of composite decking, railing, and accessories. We strive to use the top quality materials that are out there in the industry, and we also strive to create the best partnerships with our contractors and our vendors to be able to help run your business and help give you guys tools to be more successful and more profitable. And that's the reason why we're here today talking with JobTread. Go to the next slide. So the partnership, I took over the program about a year ago, been with Deckorators now for 3 years. And the program that I took over is the contractor management side of the business to help really create a certified pro business that, again, can help build your guys' business, help run your business and be more profitable. One of the things that before I even ran into JobTread, I put a list together of something if I was a contractor of what I would want, and JobTread literally checked every single box. So we want to be able to offer this to our certified pros and other contractors that are going to be certified pros moving forward with the partnership that we have with JobTread. Our certified pro program, we offer 3% back on any upload invoices that you purchase through the lumber yards. We also added a new one this last year because we know that there's some markets that don't have ability to get the product as far as the dealer is concerned. So we added a tier for the 1.5% back if you do purchases through Lowe's. We also have you guys listed on our website as a preferred contractor. These are some of the other things that go along with our program. is there's a certified pro hotline that you can reach out to. There's a designated person that'll answer the phone there and actually answer questions, comments, concerns that you have. Also, you'll be the first to receive information. So we send a mailer out every month with new information, where we're going to be, shows, events, partnerships, new products, availability, stuff of that nature, and designated per market. Also, we hand out leads as they come in through the website. So we're able to give you guys leads, give you guys some hot projects right out of the gate. And then also we do have a yearly deal where we invite the top 10 upload certified pros. So the top 10 will go to the Pro Summit. This year we just announced that we're going to Cabo. So we're really excited about that. We also have 2 beyond ordinary contractors that we pick. So if you're not in that top 10 and you're, by all purposes sakes, that you're never going to be in that top 10, we created an award last year that went really well, where we're able to bring 2 contractors. They're picked from the market, and these are people that maybe have done 5, maybe 10, maybe 2 Deckorators decks, but they truly believe in the product. They're promoting us on social media, and they're really a partner for us, and so that's available as well. We have an app that you can download to stay up to date with your account, so you'll know where you're at as far as your uploads. You can redeem points there. You can manage your account all from the app. It will also give you new information on new products, new promotions. There's also a point on there where it shows for self-support. So if you need help, you'll be able to do that there. Events that we're going to be at, so Pro Summit, workshops, Deck Expo, IBS, any other events that we do on a national program or in a regional market will be in there. And then where to buy. If you're having trouble trying to buy the product, there's a link on there on where to buy. There's a messaging system on there, and then also it'll link it to our social media.
Awesome.
Deck Visualizer, we're pretty excited about this partnership. We've partnered with Chameleon about a year ago. We're in the midst of adding more and more products to that platform. The reason why I wanted to kind of spot this out for you guys is there's an opportunity down the road to help sync JobTread with Chameleon, so that when there's a project built on there, it'll sync over to your JobTread. So that's down the road, but that's just a little insight on what we're looking for out of a Deck Visualizer to really benefit and help you guys quote your projects out. Benefits of becoming certified pro. So we talked about some of the benefits, but we'll go over a couple of them. So obviously, it's gonna, or I'm sorry, Eric, this is the one that you probably want to jump in on. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a really cool thing that we've been able to, you and I have both been able to help put together here. But I mean, like, basically, we have taken the entire Deckorators product catalog and we have gotten it into a format that we can easily import it into any of the JobTread organizations out there. And so, like, we've essentially organized this and kind of streamlined the whole process of taking that and putting it in there. And we're building out like full-blown templates that, are essentially the best practices for, using the Deckorators products, whether you're building decks or docks, pergolas, whatever it may be. We've got all of these templates set up that we're about to start importing into people's JobTread organizations. And then that makes it super easy for you to then be able to build out a budget, whenever you need to estimate out and send out, those proposals for those builds. You're going to have all of that right there at your fingertips, and literally in minutes can generate a proposal, input all the takeoff and the quantities and measurements and send that out. And then as soon as, the customers make all their selections and, choose exactly which products that they want, then that's going to be able to be, turned directly into purchase orders that you can send to your lumber yards, your dealers, distributors, and all of that information is just a seamless flow, directly in JobTread. And so at the end of the day, we're going to be able to provide, deck builders with, these communication tools where the customers can directly see exactly what is in that job, in that proposal. They can sign off on it, see all the photos, the progress payments, the daily logs. Essentially, again, our goal here is to make you even more efficient and more profitable. And so by having all of this put together and having these best practices that we're able to share, it's just going to be a huge boost, for your business. And so I think here, this is, basically if you have everyone, I guess, has kind of a local, field specialist that they can reach out to in each of the different states. Obviously, you don't have to write this down now, but, we have all this information at JobTread. So, if you're already with us, you can reach out to us. We can help get you connected, or you can reach out to Deckorators directly. But, we want to help facilitate, getting you guys connected and in touch with the right people out there in the field. Is there anything else there, Nick, about the field specialist?
No, I think this would be a good opportunity if you guys want to take a screenshot or take a photo of this page real quick before we go to the next one, so you guys know who your person is in your market. But no, absolutely great.
Yeah, and I mean, again, one last thing I'll throw out here. I mean, I've met several of these field specialists. Like, I've been extremely impressed by the entire Deckorators team. Like, they genuinely want to provide the best customer service that they can. They're a great resource. They can help get you connected with those local, dealers, lumber yards, to help kind of facilitate that relationship. Either you can go to the lumber yard and get the price sheet and kind of get all those updated prices there, or, your field specialist is a great resource as well. So, I'm happy to help connect anyone, but I definitely encourage you to reach out to them, because they can really help provide you a lot of education about all of the Deckorator products, even bring out some samples and things. So if you're not familiar with Deckorators yet, this is a great way to have someone come out and, help get you up to speed very quickly. So I highly recommend reaching out to them. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to hop into JobTread. Again, just going to give you a quick overview of, some of the things that we're rolling out here for the certified pros. But, again, I want to encourage everyone, even if you're not a certified pro today, you can be tomorrow. And it's a phenomenal product. You get that rebate. Like, there's really no reason not to do it. I think if you sell, something like $40,000, if you buy $40,000 of Deckorators product, like, that should pay for your entire JobTread subscription, with that rebate. And the super awesome thing too about it is, like, you can literally request, to get that rebate check from Deckorators, and it's no questions asked. So it's a really neat program. I highly encourage you, if you're not currently a certified pro, definitely check it out. And, we're happy to get you set up with all of these, kind of features here that I'm about to show you. So switching over here to this JobTread org. Again, it's just kind of this Deckorators one that I built out, but obviously this would have your company. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to the catalog. And the other neat thing too that I want to highlight is that, like, if you don't need every single product, that Deckorators has, and you're just selling certain, decking lines or certain railings or whatever it may be, like, we can completely customize this catalog import for you, before we put it in there. And so, we don't want to, put everything. If you don't need it, that's fine. But it's a really neat way to basically have access to the entire Deckorators product line. So, if you know that, Voyage is your go-to, and we can get you all the Voyage items, or, Vista, Trailhead, whatever it may be, we've got this catalog already set up with every single possible line item that you may need to add to your jobs. And then furthermore, you can come over here and we can create these cost groups. So these are like the templates. So let's say we want to look at all of our decking, our Voyage cost groups here. So these are just the different color options. They're already set up. They've got every single, if we look at the Mesa here, we've got every single board, the size, everything you may need, all of the epoxy coated screws, the stainless steel fascia screws, like, everything specific to that color and to that product line is automatically included in that cost group template. Obviously you might need every single, material here. And so on the job is where you get to customize the quantities, and you can add, or remove the things that you don't need. But having these pre-built templates is a super, helpful thing. And we've got some really exciting updates coming out next week, where you'll actually be able to have full-blown budget templates where, like, you can combine a handful of them and make it even easier and quicker to build out those job budgets there. And then lastly, the one other thing I wanted to show you, again, you can kind of have all of these different groupings here. But the last thing too that we've set up here in the catalog is these task templates. Again, it's completely customizable by you and for your business, but if we want to look here at kind of the standard deck build, again, you can have this set up where it's got all of the different, tasks that need to be accomplished for every single job, so that you can very quickly schedule out that job as soon as you're ready to go. And you just pick the start date, and that'll schedule the whole thing out for you. If you wanted to have these automatically assigned to, certain crews or certain suppliers, whoever is going to fulfill these, you can do that as well right here in the template. Some people though like to just keep it much more simple. Maybe they know that, it usually takes about a day of demo and then maybe another, 4 or 5 days of construction. So you could get as granular and as detailed as you want, or you can keep it as high level. This would obviously be an even more advanced one that's organized by, group. And so there's lots of different options with JobTread. Our goal here is to provide you a tool that can be as flexible, as you need. And so, if you're a detailed person, you want to get super detailed, by all means, let's go. Like, we can get as detailed as you want, or if you want to keep it high level, really it's kind of whatever works for you and your business. We've given you that tool to do that. So I want to hop over here to just one particular job. We're going to go into this job we've already run. But here you can see on the job dashboard, this is where, again, we've got a snapshot of the approved price for the job, how much we've collected, what's remaining, what's the cost to complete this job, our projected profit, our profit margin, so you can see all of these details at a glance right here. Any of these custom fields, to keep track of, whatever information is relevant and important to your business, you can completely customize that as well. We've got some best practices and kind of some recommendations that, we'd be happy to share with you as well. Again, kind of just a jumping off point, kind of all of the pending things that need to happen for this job. If it's something outstanding, then you're going to see that right there. You got the weather, the maps there, any gate codes or whatever for the location. And then it's just like an activity feed of everything going on for this particular job. But the first thing you're going to do in any one of these jobs is this is where you're going to come into the budget, and you're going to build out exactly what this job is going to entail, do that takeoff, figure out everything that you need. And again, by just using this add cost group, you can very quickly pull from the catalog. So if I know I want to add some voyage, decking, maybe I want, one of these particular groups here, we can just click that, and that's going to add it right here to the bottom. And then you can go through and you can select everything that, that you want to keep, or you can, everything that you want to remove. You got a bunch of mass actions that you can do too. I'll just remove that though, because we've already built out this job here. So in this particular one, you can see we've got, some plans and permits. We got our dumpster, all the deck framing is right here. Our deck labor has been built in, and then we've given the customer some options. Do they want to go at the trailhead, the vista, the vault? This gives them the ability to make some selections so that they can decide. And before they've even made the decision, with this tool here, you can see what the range is going to be based on, whichever the cheapest decking to the most expensive one, the cheapest rails, the most expensive. So you can give the customer a range of what this job would cost them right here before even sending them that proposal, to make sure that it's within their budget. But as soon as you're ready to send out that proposal, you're going to come over here and you're just going to generate a new document, just proposal. If you want to call an estimate, quote, whatever, you can do that. I'm just going to go find one that's that we've already created here. But so we sent out a customer proposal right here. Again, you don't have to share all the details. It's up to you how much information you want to share. I did give them those 4 decking options. So this customer, they selected the Voyage Mesa. They chose the ALX, cable rail, the brown one, and they added both the optional upgrades here. So this job was, after tax, $31,800. They've got all the contract terms, conditions, signature collected there at the end. So customers able to sign off. We see that there was a little bit of a conversation going on. Kind of the email that got sent to them. Here were they, some decking options. They had a couple questions, comments, and all of this essentially led to a signed contract with that customer. And so after that, again, you're able to then send out all of the purchase orders, the work orders. You're managing the job cost to ensure that you hit that target profit margin. That's one of the biggest things that I see. Contractors start off kind of just selling the job, sort of making up a number or what they think feels right. But at the end of the day, like, you need to understand for every single price that you quoted, what was your cost, and hit that number. If you overrun your budget, then we essentially turn it red. We throw the flag. We want you to understand when you're overrunning your budget so that you can keep every job on budget and on schedule and hit those target profit numbers. And then even further, you can send out all the invoicing, making sure that you're getting paid, and see all of your projected profits all in one place. This helps you to really understand where you're making money, where you're losing money, and making sure that you're hitting those target profit margins. Beyond that, again, we've got the whole schedule, keeping track of what's been completed, what's not completed. If you want to have all of your subs or your employees, they can submit daily logs at the end of every single day. They can upload their notes. You can decide if you want to share this with the customer or not. They can upload photos. It also logs the historical weather as well. So, if you get rained out and you get delayed because of rain, at the end of the day, if you got to defend why you overran that schedule and it was out of your control, you now have the documentation for that. Time tracking you can run through here as well. And then all the files, photos. Again, this is a great way to keep everything organized in one place, and you can tag all this information so that you've got the record of, again, everything that came in, pre-construction. Here's all the estimates, everything, all the photos during demo or in progress or completion photos, just gives you one place to manage all of that information. So at the end of the day, we want JobTread to be that end-to-end solution to help you, be able to be organized and scale the business without having to sacrifice quality or profits. And so great tool. Again, I won't go into all the other details, but you can manage all your leads, your customers, all of your subs, vendors, keeping track of their certificate of insurances, their W-9s, all of that information. You've got the catalog. One other feature I'll highlight, though, I really love this. This is basically if you're out on the job, or maybe you're out on a prospect site and they want to see certain, completion photos, or they want to see, maybe depending on how you tag them, if they want to see all of the, kind of the work that you've done with all the voyage or with, some trailhead or whatever, like you can come in here and just show them certain photos from across all your jobs. It's all in one place and at your fingertips to really easily be able to do that. So it's a super powerful tool. Again, we got all sorts of reports and graphs and things. And then again, over here in the settings, we got tons of integrations, got a bunch of partners through our marketplace, to help get you some legal contracts. You've got some financing, things like that. So there's a bunch of tools in here, but I'm going to just go ahead and we're going to flip back over to the to the panel, because I think that's where it's going to get really interesting. I want to be able to let these guys who have been using JobTread for a long time, share their experience and kind of hear directly from them. So Nick, why don't I hand it back to you?
Eric, thank you. I appreciate that. I'd like to start off with the timeline of what got us introduced to JobTread. We were sitting at the airport, Kevin, Blake, and Varney, and we found out that our flight got delayed 2 hours. At that point, Kevin opened up his iPad and started quoting up projects and sending out invoices, and he was bragging about what he was doing. So we all got around his iPad to find out what he was doing and how he was doing it. And he introduced us right then to JobTread. At that point, a light bulb went off in my head and said, this is the exact software that we're looking for as a company, as Deckorators. A year and a half ago, I took on a position to create the best contractor program in the industry. And we want to be able to support the contractors in every way. This checked off every box immediately, just sitting there with Kevin and watching him go through the software with us. He then told us we would be seeing them at JLC Live, and he introduced us to Eric and the team at the booth. And from that point on, it was history in the making for us. Again, it checked off every box that I was looking for as a manufacturer to be able to support the contractors, the efficiency, the power of the software. And this is just an appetizer of what JobTread is going to be able to do for the future. So I'll go ahead and kick it off to Kevin, and so you can hear from the guys that have been using this software. We'll start with Kevin and then work our way to Blake and Barney as well. So go ahead, Kevin. We'll go ahead and take it off with you.
I'm Kevin Choquette. I own Raven Builders. We are at this point 99% deck building is our specialty. We are an exclusive Deckorators installer. We're out of the Northeast. We're located in Southern Rhode Island. So as Nick was explaining, right, I had the pleasure of attending NADRA awards last year, which I think most of us here are members of NADRA. If you're not, you should look them up and get involved. They're really on our side and the only people doing what they do for our industry. So I just got to plug them real quick. And, the awards are a blast. And we were headed out of there. We were going up to my neck of the woods, Providence, Rhode Island, hosts JLC Live Northeast every year. And that is a trade show, really tool oriented, technology oriented. All the manufacturers and tool companies are there. And so we were sitting in the airport and we had like some severe delays, and I was firing off estimates, invoices. I was working out of the system while we were having a snack or whatever we were doing in the airport. And I had to just show these guys that in the 10 or 15 minutes that I had been sitting on the computer, I had fired off like a couple of invoices worth like, 150K. You know what I mean? And I was really doing that due to just the simplicity of the software. And I just kind of clicked through to show them. And I'm going to say that from that time, now I've been with JobTread for almost a year now. Okay. And I left another software. Really, what I'll say this is I actually met the guys at JobTread last year at Deck Expo, which I'll be attending again. So it'll actually be November will be my 1 year mark with the company. And they showed me the stuff and I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Go ahead. Sign me up. You know what I mean? Because I really wasn't married to the software that I was using. It was really not very user friendly. And there was like a lot of fluff. You know what I mean? There was a lot of components of it that were really geared not very much for like the customer integration side, and really for me to like involve team members using it and like have it be like a simple kind of accessible program for everybody, all of my team. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course we show up to JLC, the guys are there, right? And I'll let kind of Jason get into that a little later about how like the whole kind of thing blossomed. But it was really just something that, came together pretty quickly. And so, we were having a conversation earlier and I was talking about like, so when I get this program, it was purely, I was writing estimates, I was sending proposals, I was still signing contracts in DocuSign, I was still taking electronic payments through QuickBooks, running like manually transitioning my invoicing and check deposits to my accountant. And it was really like I had construction management software, but I wasn't utilizing it because it was not user friendly, So I was telling the guys earlier, like I have a sales manager who writes estimates out of JobTread, and she loves the software. She's on the webinar today. Cody's here, she's joining us. And like I was joking with them that she knows the software better than me at this point. You know what I mean? She's constantly like stretching the power of this program to really like make all of our lives easier in business. And so I just really, for me, right, is I started in this program writing writing estimates, writing proposals, building budgets. I set up some templates so I could easily like, this is the program that enabled me to sign a $50,000 project on site at point of sale, and wrote that estimate in about 5 or 10 minutes in front of the customer, with options, with selections. And that was the first time I ever did that. And really before that, my consult to budget to estimate to proposal looked a lot different. And it certainly wasn't happening in front of the customer. I'll say that, but at this point, like, I was talking to these guys earlier that Cody goes out and she sets up a console, maybe ballparks a customer, gets a console, goes out, generates a budget and a proposal to that customer. Now, when that comes back for approval, it instantly dings my wife to send a deposit invoice, myself to schedule start construction. We get the takeoff built. We have, when those deposits or start construction invoices get paid, those deposits and those invoices automatically get transitioned to QuickBooks to my accountant. I never even touch them. They get reconciled on a monthly basis. Same thing with our invoices from our vendors. They get uploaded to job costing so we can, track our margins. My estimator is taking, or Cody rather, because she's not just our estimator. She's taking initial photos, uploading them to the project. She's leaving me notes. Dog's name is Ruggles. Baby's name is Landon. Like important little keynotes about the clients or about, just to because honestly, a lot of these projects, day one of construction, if I'm there setting up the guys, that's a lot of time now, the first time I'm meeting those clients. So I can come in kind of knowing, having some of that information, because we're communicating through the platform. And then some other things that just like Eric was talking about, my subcontractor documents, W-9s. I mean, when it comes time for me to do a workers' comp audit, everything's all in one place. You know what I mean? You have all your payroll docs, I have all my sub docs, and so I'm not accounting through this program, but everything else is in here. My document management, all the sub docs, all that kind of stuff. And really, when I was in Texas recently for an incredible event at Ashley's place from Decked Out Texas, right? Extreme Backyard and Beyond. We were all down there, and I was talking with the guys, and Alex was pushing on me to start tagging photos in the system and really showing me just the weight that can hold and how much that can increase, because let's all be honest, we've all been there fumbling for those photos, searching by address, because I can find photos in my phone, but not when they're tagged in a system like this, where if I want to show someone every Kaya job that we've done, or even Kaya and Mesa combination, I could search for both those tags. And if there's that color combination on a project, it's going to pull up, which is just it's a super powerful tool, because it's just that easy. And really, it's just such a professional display off of that iPad of just having that spread of photographs like Eric was showing you. And, but really, a lot of the time, I'll have guys going to start a project and I just send them the screenshot. We have plans uploaded. We have, give them access to those plans, permits there. And then really even the weather forecast, the location of the house by a map, you click more detail and it shows you a picture of the front of the house. It's very, very user friendly.
Yeah.
So
awesome watching you grow, Kevin. You guys have really scaled the business very quickly. So it's exciting to see what you've been able to do in relatively short period of time.
We appreciate all your help. It's been, it's been a breath of fresh air, just like my relationship with Deckorators, right? This business is all about relationships. It really is. So that's I feel everything's just aligned and we just keep on working, keep on moving forward. But I thank you guys for all your help. And I look forward to some of the new integrations as well. You know what I mean? There's some stuff coming that we're excited about.
Awesome.
Appreciate that, Kev.
Yep.
Thank you very much. So next one, we're going to have Jason Barney talk. Jason Barney had his own platform that he was utilizing. And when we went over to the booth over there at JLC Live, I don't want to speak for Jason, but I believe this checked every box for him. He signed up there on the spot and he's been using it ever since. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to you, Jason, and give your testimony on utilizing it and using the software.
Hey, thank you, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. I'd like to, first of all, just talk a little bit about what we are and what we're about. Obviously, I own Dock and Deck out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Deckorators Pro and work exclusively with Deckorators. The whole way this, I guess, started, like Kevin was referring to, was we were there and we basically work off of our own custom built software that we had built based around how to run and operate a decking, dock, outdoor living type contracting service company. And as you grow, as you get bigger, these softwares take a lot of horsepower and a lot of background, a lot of support staff, a lot of everything. And so our challenges that we were dealing with were a lot of times the challenges were the staff, the people, everything else. And when I met JobTread at JLC Live, I looked at it and I basically stated it checks the boxes. I truly believed at that time that we had probably the best software that we had custom built for our own platform or at our company. And that was a lot due to my sons, Taylor and Hunter, that have worked on it for a long time, trying to specialize it and get it down to exactly what it needs to be for just outdoor living and not so complicated and confusing to work with. But this software did more actually than what we had our own doing. And I noticed that I could mess with it and change it to even more customizable and get it even better. I talked to Eric quite a bit and back and forth. We chatted back and forth. And one of the things as a Deckorators Pro and the Certified Pro program that's so great is this was one of the steps that I was beating on Nick and the whole entire Deckorators executive group to do, and that is offer more benefits to the pros in this category, helping out by developing a software program, by doing certain things that lets all of us grow as a company. And so we started working on this and doing a lot of different modules, platforms, how we can integrate, how we can do this, and how we could actually set it up to get everybody involved that was in our group, and how we could help really level up and get everybody up. What I will say about the program is, one, it does everything you need it to do. It's a very simple, easy, simple operating system that works as much or as little as you want to play in it. So, I mean, it's kind of like Legos. You can buy the general play little kit with 3 different size blocks, or you can buy the mega ship and have tons and tons of build out. I mean, and it's that way. So if you're a small scale person and you don't like all the stuff, but you want to present yourself in a very, very high end fashion and compete with all the biggest, baddest guys out there, this is your platform. If you want to go out and be the biggest and baddest and have most details that you possibly can, legal contracts, inventory, this is your system. And it's easy to use. I personally will say this. I don't use the system very much anymore. I look at it every day. I update it. I do that. I run a company, and what we've done is we've trained our people on how to do it, and they've actually built the modules and in the divisions themselves. We run obviously we're Dock and Deck. We also own Tennessee Pool and Spa, and then we have a Piling and Helical division as well. So we basically have 4 companies running underneath one. Each one of them has a lead. Each one of those leads is in charge of their own company and runs it and operates it the same. But in order to get to where you can get to that level, what you have to do is you have to have policies, procedures, and systems in place to be able to handle that. I said it earlier to Eric, the guy at Starbucks that owns Starbucks and is the founder of it is not making your coffee. I can assure you of that. What he's done is he's made a process over the years of how to do it, and they can train people to effectively lead that group and in those divisions and do it. And when you need to upgrade or put another person in place or another division in your company, it's a very simple thing because everybody knows how to do it. I really like the system because a few of the guys I've seen on here today, I looked at the attendee list, they can reach out to one another. We reached out just the other day by a customer, and he said, "Hey, listen, I really want to get into this. Could you help me put together a schedule? What do you need a schedule for?" And it was, "Hey, in the pool category." Well, I said, "Hey, let me link you up with Hunter. Hunter handles all the pool stuff there." They get on the phone, they go back and forth, and basically he built the pool schedule for him and handed it over to him. And that way he had a schedule already built in for his pool, so he didn't have to spend so much time by doing that. And for the people who don't understand how much that means, it's kind of like if you had to teach your mom how to post a picture on Instagram. Your mom probably doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't know how to tag it. She doesn't know how to do this. And when she does do it, she looks real goofy and embarrasses you. So what you do is basically get on there and say, "Hey, Mom, go here, add the picture, put this as your hashtag, tag these people, do that," because you're used to the system. And as more pros and more people get on the same platform, each and every one of us can level up each other and help build the brand and help build each other. by working on the same thing. And, it gets that to do. And more importantly, what happens is as you scale your business and as you get bigger in business, you want to be able to, not say anything awkward, but that's what I do. I'm on vacation. I'm sitting up here in Maine. I've watched everything that goes on. I see the pictures. I see the updates. I see the proposals. I see the customers' comments, the customers' concerns, and it lets me have the ability to go out and go do other things while I still have a complete overview of all my company's different divisions, systems, profit margins, whatever I want to see, while I'm sitting up here enjoying the Northeast here and doing my thing. And that is a very huge part of this. As companies grow, it has the ability to grow with them and give them so much help and insight. And besides that, I mean, I've said it for a long time, and I try to preach this to most all the people in the industry when I do speak, and that is, there's a time and a place when everybody's company needs to stop being a hobby and become a business. And most people don't recognize profits. They don't see the profits. They don't do all the stuff that it's required to actually have a company. You do something to get by and feed your family. And then all of a sudden you say, well, let's run it as a company and start really profiting. Profit margins, making money, being successful. And with the ability to sit there, look at all the numbers, find out what's going on, how to become profitable. And Eric was on there earlier and he was showing each one of the categories. And he was saying, you see each category and where you're falling out or lining up in each category. What it's done for me is, and I tell people this all the time, once we sign that contract, we've sold it at that number. So if Hunter is doing a pool, let's just say, for example, and he does a pool dig and he's priced the pool dig at $10,000. At that point, he's already sold it for $10,000. We know we're going to make the margin on the sheet if we have it at $10,000. Well, it gives Hunter the ability to go out at that time, knowing his price that he quoted and sold the customer at $10,000. Now he can talk to 2 or 3 different subs and get a better price. His margins are going to increase real time by doing that. So if he sells the job for 10 and he gets the 2 or 3 different bids and he said, hey, in order to get this, you're going to have to do it at 8. We'll do the next couple with you. Sometimes we actually start off at a profit margin, let's say at 20%, and end up with a profit margin at 24%, because it gives our people that are in our company the ability to also sell once the job is actually sold, or actually upsell without upselling. It's done a great job with the cost groups and the options of where people can choose which decking they want. That was a huge thing. All in all, I mean, I'm going to sum it up really quick and then I'll pass the mic on off to another person. And that is, we started this program to try to get better with business. Ever since I've started this with this company, I've seen major amounts of money increase in all different facets and all different categories. That's a very hard thing to do. And also the simple upsells. A lot of times, no matter how good of a salesman you are, you feel like you've reached your max with that customer and you can't sell them anymore. But if you haven't given them the option, then you haven't actually tried to see if you can sell them more. Having the ability to have options on the page, put option for lighting on every deck, stair risers on every deck, inlays on every deck, double border on every deck. Let the customer, as we say it in our business, hang themselves. I mean, we start them off at a number that's low, and hey, they can pick all the options. And if they want to have a deck that starts out at 10,000 and ends up being built out at 100, they did it themselves. They can't point their finger at me and be upset, because of the price. So it's really helped us grow in that respect, and also grow within the companies that we're working with, and get bigger, better. And the last thing I'm going to close on this with is, the most important thing that I find about this is software is software and businesses are businesses. But there's also a big, huge difference when you work with companies that truly, truly, truly care, or people that truly care. They want to see you succeed. Deckorators for us has done nothing but show me want to succeed, the want for all of us to get better. And JobTread and their entire staff, from Eric to all the IT guys behind the scenes to the marketing department, everything else. Me and Eric have spoke on the phone at 1 o'clock in the morning. We've text back and forth from 11 to 12:30 at night. We've talked during the days. We've done everything else. There's never a time that he's and that's a good thing and a bad thing. We have to shut off work at some point, but to see that the willingness to want to make this program get bigger, better, and work for the industry is unprecedented. And I can't say thanks enough for that. And I look forward to it. And if we can help any of you guys on this group or on this list, or anybody that out in the industry become better, and by sharing something that we do within our business, feel free to reach out to us, or feel free to reach out to me or my staff. I'll be glad to do whatever. I'll pass it.
Barney.
Appreciate
that, Barney. So we're going to go across the country. We're going to go over to Southern California, San Diego, and we've got Blake Carter with California Deck Pros. Blake's background with software, so he'll jump into that on other companies that he's used and utilized, and why it was a good fit for him and his business to switch over to JobTread. Go ahead, Blake.
Hey, everybody. My name is Blake Carter. I'm the owner of California Deck Pros. So we build mostly big, giant, custom backyard projects, everything from custom decks, railings, patios, steel work, pools, custom concrete. We're really an architectural builder. So we jumped on with Deckorators earlier this year, and we work exclusively with them and are an elite pro with them. I was with Jason and Kevin in the airport when they first introduced us to JobTread. And then I didn't meet them at the show, but later at the Extreme Backyard and Beyond event with Ashley Campbell, I was able to meet the guys from JobTread, and it really had a lot of things that a bunch of different programs I was currently using had. And I used everything from Builder Trend to JoyStap to actually using QuickBooks to send our bids. And all of them had little things that I needed, but there wasn't a one software that had everything that we needed. They're either too complex or they're too simple. And for us, I mean, even the time it took, we were uploading our contracts into DocuSign and then sending those out separate. And now it's all one item. So really got excited at that Extreme Outdoor event, start using JobTread, and now we've been using it for a few months. And some of the thing I've noticed is from the start of it is the whole entire team from JobTread is very ambitious, and they're excited and they like what they do, and they're willing to listen to you. It's not like, it doesn't do that, sorry. It's, will that work? Let me see if it'll work. Yes, it does work, or no, it doesn't work. And we signed our whole team up to do training. We did a video call, and I literally scheduled it the day before, jumped on the phone with Travis. Travis went through. I got a good understanding of how to do things. All my leads did, and then my office manager did. And they have gone on to do their separate training with JobTread. I use it every day. Some things that I like that JobTread does is, one, the scheduling is huge. Another thing is the cost itemization. So you can send a bid and you can give the customer options. And a big thing for me is time. I'm very busy. I'm constantly hiring new people. We have multiple jobs running. So even taking time to send a bid has always been my downfall. It's somewhere where we've lacked as a business. Is we're always like, oh, we'll get you your bid tomorrow. And then Monday comes and then we send the bid, and that's not good, as all of us know. And then you also have a customer that says, hey, can you send me a bid for a steel deck and then a separate bid for a pressure treated deck? So JobTread allows you to give them options. So I'm sending one bid. It's having everything the customer could want. And then it's basically like a multiple choice. So the customer can go in and they can choose what they do, what they want, what they may not want. It'll update their pricing right next to your proposal. And it makes selling the job not only easier, but it also makes it, you're not really pressuring them. It takes like being the salesy person out of it, which that's never been my way of selling. I make friends with my customers and sell the job. Also additions. Like I have customers say, hey, why didn't you add this to my proposal? So we have an extras line item now, and we give lighting, music, speakers, all the different additions. So pool, fountains, bubblers, like whatever you could think of, you can add it to this line. And it's like the candy aisle when you're walking out of a store with all the magazines and little things, you know, they can pick and choose what they want to add. And then they can say, you know what, this costs too much. Let's take some of these out. And they can kind of play with it. So that really saves you a lot of time, because now you're not sending them multiple proposals. You're doing it once, and they may want you to make changes, and that's makes it really easy to make the change. So my history in softwares was, we started with QuickBooks, and it couldn't do everything I needed it to do other than our billing. And then we went to Buildertrend, and when I signed up for Buildertrend, I'm like, okay, at the time it was a lot of money, and I've heard since then they've increased their costs quite a bit. And then it was extremely hard to use, and getting someone on the phone was difficult, and I wasn't getting the answers I wanted through the training. And I mean, frankly, they kind of made me feel stupid, like I was just dumb. So after that, I started using an app called Joist, and Joist is as basic as it gets. It's mainly for sending your proposals, and then I was using DocuSign to do my contracts. And this just took a long time. I could get the Joist proposals out quick, but updating my contract through Word and then uploading them to DocuSign, it took way too long. So we've jumped on to JobTread, and I was a little intimidated getting into it because there is so much that can go on. But we've done the training, and it was very simple. It really wasn't much different than using any of those other softwares I was using that are simpler. And they've just kind of combined every aspect and really listened to the contractor, what they want you to use. So we've been using it. I really like the scheduling aspect. I really like the daily logs. We take pictures of everything at the beginning of the job to eliminate liability. And then we update progress. So we can say, okay, your pipes are here. And the customer is really building a catalog of everything on their entire job. So at any time, they can go back and look at it and make sure it was done right, make sure things are in a certain place if we got to do future work. And then more importantly for me is we've had a few lawsuits within our company. And I think any successful company will go through that at some point. If you're not getting sued, you're not making it. This is what a few people have told me. So in those lawsuits, what I've had to do is I've had to compile all my emails, all my text messages, all my photos of the projects. And it's very time consuming. Like we're talking weeks of just compiling stuff. So what I've done is I've told all my customers that we communicate through JobTread. They have my number. They have our salespeople's number. They have managers' numbers if they need to contact them. But the majority of our conversations, emails, everything's through JobTread. They can go on it and look at it anytime. But everything's there. So what JobTread doesn't really tell people is that they don't advertise it, but I've looked at it as a benefit. You can go on there. If you ever had a lawsuit or someone tries to say something and they're trying to get something for free, you go through your daily logs, and as long as you're good at uploading that, people can't come at you for anything. As long as you do the right thing and you're documenting your entire project, it's really covering you. And then in addition to that, they made it easy because a lot of guys are like, oh, well, I don't have a lawyer. It's hard for me to find one. We actually have one on retainer, but they've partnered with a law firm, which Eric and his team can touch on later, which they literally have different packages available. You pick one, and these lawyers will schedule a call with you, talk to you about your needs. And I looked at the pricing earlier today, and it is extremely affordable compared to what I pay my guy monthly. So I wish they came out with this a long time ago, but for the people on the call that do not have that done, I would jump on it right away because it's really going to cover your ass in the long run. So I think Jason really covered a lot of things. I also have people that do stuff for me. I still work on site a lot, but my team has had nothing but good, positive input, and they really like JobTread. It's been very easy for them to switch from Buildertrend and to switch from Joist and other apps that we've been using. And they've actually told me that it saves them time. So if they're telling me that, I mean, I pay a lot of them per hour, so I'm saving money. So no, it's been a good thing, and I'm really glad that Deckorators decided to take on this partnership. And if anyone needs to reach out to us or has any questions, like Jason said, you know, we're a tight knit group here, and we're really happy to help other people be successful. You know, we've few of us have already kind of made it and are still building our businesses, and we're happy to help people that are just coming up. So I think that's all I have to say, but I'll let Eric take over.
Yeah, boy, appreciate it. Yeah, looks like we're running here towards the top of the hour. So, I mean, just to go over the pricing real quick, and we do have a special, you know, certified pro deal where you get 5% off extra your monthly there, or if you do the annual, it's normally 20% off, but we're giving you 25% off. You know, again, just to give you that extra incentive. If you're not yet a certified pro, you can sign up at any time. You know, we can always update your subscription as well. But even more important, today we're going to give you 50% off your first month. If you're here on this webinar, there's the link and the promo code right there. You know, again, we want to make it easy for you to get in there. You got a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So if you're not satisfied with the product, with the service, I'll mail you a bottle of Jack, or we can put the money back on your card, whatever it is. You know, we want to make it so that you can try it out, get your hands on it. You know, all the features, unlimited jobs, documents, files, you know, unlimited customers and subs, you know, vendors, all those external users, those are all free and unlimited. You know, the only additional charge is if you add additional, you know, internal users, which are like your employees, and those are an extra $20 per user per month. You know, and again, it just makes it so that, you know, 100-person company is not paying the same thing as a, you know, 2-person company. But ultimately, like, you know, all the importing will help you out. We'll help you set up your templates, you know, all the implementation, training, support. You know, we will bend over backwards to make sure that you get set up for success. You know, our goal is to help as many contractors, as many construction companies to build a better business, to make it scalable, and to become as successful as possible. And that's how we all win. You know, and I really want to thank all of the, you know, kind of the panelists today for sharing your experience. I've learned from each and every one of you, you know, from the conversations we've had, from the time we spent, you know, together out, you know, either at Ashley's in Mount Pleasant, or, you know, Deck Expo. I'm super excited about the upcoming Deck Expo as well. Going to be tons of Deckorator, you know, events and opportunities to further, you know, kind of meet the rest of their team. But seriously, like it's been awesome to be able to work with each and every one of you, and we're excited to continue improving JobTread each and every day. And, you know, at the end of the day, I believe it's something that we're going to do together, and it's through collaboration. It's through a bunch of hard work. You know, my team is awesome. They're working their asses off around the clock, and you know, we can just build this thing and make this the best possible product that we can for everyone. And that's what gets me excited, is being able to work with so many awesome people. You know, we do have a couple of upcoming events. Again, we got Deck Expo, November 15th to the 17th. It's also the International Pool and Spa Show. So if you're a deck builder, we'll literally be right across, right next to Deckorators in the exhibit hall. If you're a pool builder, we also got a booth over on the pool builder side. You know, obviously the biggest show of the year is the International Builder Show. We'll be out there as well. And then JobTread Connect in January is going to be our inaugural user conference. So we're excited to host everyone here in Dallas, Richardson, Texas. It's at the hotel right next to our office. So we'll have some events, you know, tour here at the office. We got, you know, all day sessions, you know, a couple days of just like ed sessions, speaking. So, you know, probably some of these guys, but, you know, a bunch of people are going to be able to come in and give you a more in-depth, you know, understanding of, you know, whether it's a software, whether it's, you know, the legal aspects, whether it's accounting. Like, you know, our goal is to bring the resources that you need to build an even more successful business. And so we're going to have a jam-packed, you know, 3-day event down here in Dallas. You can buy your tickets directly in the JobTread marketplace. Super easy. Just kind of pick whoever you want to come. Again, like Blake said, we've got, you know, the Cromings law firm. If you want to purchase your contracts, I highly recommend that as well. It's they've made it extremely affordable. You're getting a discount as well for being a JobTread customer. They got a guaranteed 5-day turnaround. It's a nominal drop in the bucket to make sure that you're set up and you have protected yourself with the appropriate legal contracts. So I think that basically wraps it up. I wanted to thank everyone for attending today. And I think maybe if people want to hang around, we're happy to answer any questions, for any of these guys or yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Eric. We did have a question. Could you talk a little bit more about the customer support and onboarding?
Yep, absolutely. So, with every single JobTread subscription, you're going to have a dedicated customer success manager. We have built out an entire implementation kind of checklist. When you first sign up and get into JobTread, there's going to be a series of kind of getting started steps that will walk you through getting everything from uploading your logo to setting up your document templates to, building out your catalog. Everything is right there. We've got a ton of resources directly in the app too. We have an in-app help desk where there's tons of videos to kind of teach you the things as you're learning and using it. But then you've also got unlimited access to our customer success team. We've got, basically the ability for you to schedule a call or to schedule a training right there. We do one-on-one trainings. We'll hop on Zoom with you. We also have weekly, trainings that we do kind of similar to this format, webinar style. So there's lots of opportunities to get training. Again, at the end of the day, though, we want to connect with you. We want to help and learn your business, learn your needs, and show you the best practices and the best ways to use JobTread. And oftentimes we want to connect you with other people who might have a similar business, but even if they're across the country, again, it's all about building that network. And so tons of opportunities to learn and get going there with JobTread.
Awesome. Kevin, it looked like you had something to say if you want to chime in.
Yeah, so from a client standpoint, right? You will never need for help from these people. That's one thing. And I told these guys this in Texas. I've just never dealt with a company that was more available to help myself and my team, to the point where I know better than to send even an email to my customer success manager on a Saturday night, like before I forget. All right, I'll just send the email, because you want to jump on a call? Like, I don't even do it anymore because I know he will just respond immediately. He will drop everything. So I just want to say that, because you're going to get that same spiel from any software company. Do you know what I mean? But I will say that you will never need for with these guys, and that, it just speaks so highly of what they are of their word. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to really say that, because anybody's going to give you the spiel, right? But they will follow through, and you will never need for assistance from this company. If you have any questions, need any help, need trainings, all my crew members, I just set up training, they do it. I don't even have to do it. No. They will do it with your team and schedule all the meetings and train them up. And it's just so simple. So I just wanted to say, it is the real deal when it comes to the support.
I appreciate
Awesome.
it, Kevin.
Thank you.
Yep.
And, look, this is, I put up here kind of the sales and the support emails, in case, I'm on both of them. I'm going to see it regardless where you email. But, my email is eric@JobTread. My cell phone is the same number right there, ends in a 2. You can literally call me, text me, email me anytime. If there's anything I can ever do to help, I'm all about it. I want to make sure that all of our customers, are set up for success. And my team's awesome. Travis, Josh, those of you working them, they're awesome. We just hired 2 more guys to join our customer success team here in a couple of weeks. They're also phenomenal. One of them worked with us at our last company. So super excited. We're building a great team here, and we will do whatever it takes to make sure that you're set up for success. And look, and when you got ideas, we know nothing's perfect, but it's all about the partnership. And I'm a firm believer in listening to our customers, because you guys are the ones helping us understand what we need to do and how we can improve the product. And so that's how we can all win. So I appreciate you guys, for reaching out and for sharing your ideas, because it's made a tremendous impact on the product as well.
Thank you, Eric. All right, another question that came in. Are there any new features coming down the pipeline that we're excited to share is rolling out soon?
Absolutely. There's always new features coming, but so probably I'm super excited. In the beginning of the next week, we've got kind of the full budget templates coming out. So for those of you using JobTread, we're essentially converting cost groups into full budget templates. Super excited about that. We're also going to be adding the ability where you can have like formulas. So, to calculate the quantities and things, you'll be able to have cost item formulas coming soon, which is also really exciting. Something we've been asked for a lot. We're also got lead capture form coming here in the next couple of weeks, where basically you'll be able to just embed, a contact form, request a quote, whatever it may be. They can upload photos and that'll automatically create the customer or the lead in JobTread. You can also use it for your vendors. So if you wanted to have, an application form for subcontractors to apply to work with you or whatever, that can automatically feed into your JobTread. But man, we're constantly continuing to add to the product. Within JobTread, there's a whole recent updates, feed so that you can see all of the things that are coming out. We try to record videos, put out help content every time we roll things out. But yeah, it's constant. We're working hard, and we want to keep adding those features to make this the best product that we can.
Fantastic. Awesome. I have a question from maybe Jason or Blake. One of you can answer it. What are your customers saying about JobTread when you're sending them proposals, sending them documents to sign? What is their reaction? And maybe also your subcontractors. What are their thoughts?
Well, I think we use it exclusively with every customer. We have got just totally to the point where I told every one of the guys no longer call from your own personal cell phones or anything like that. Everything needs to be documented through it. One, is Blake keyed on, you need to have all documentation based on something through the legal side if anything was to ever happen or whatever the case may be. Two, you have proof that it was said or whatever if they communicate through the message board. You send a text and you cleared your text and they said, go ahead and change that color to from Kaya to whatever it might be. You don't have proof unless it's on that thing if you lose your messages. So it helps that way. But more importantly, the customers love to have a place to go, a place to see the jobs, a place to show their friends, their family, where they can log on and see their projects in real time and whatever, as much information as you load up. So our customers love it. They love the payment aspect that they can pay. They see up front, and directly more of a clear picture of the payment process, all the specs. So that's really helped a lot.
Great. And for any of you who switched from another software program, what was that process like for you to switch from that program over to JobTread?
For me, it was pretty seamless. JobTread has a bunch of YouTube videos that you can just hop on, and they have a full library of videos, and that made it easy. Some portions of those videos I needed to watch like 3 or 4 times before I could actually figure it out. But for some people that are smarter than me, it'd probably be easier than that. But I actually still feel like the softwares I was using, such as Buildertrend, was I don't think I fully had an understanding of how to use it. So I was only using portions of it that I knew how. And with JobTread, I feel like I fully understand how to use it. And if I don't, it's very easy for me to contact someone and jump on a quick call. And it's like, oh, that was very simple. I'm just thinking too complicated. So that's typically what it ends up being.
And again, I think even more importantly with Blake's in that the support within JobTread is tremendous, but the support that we have with each other. So if Blake has a problem, Blake should feel free to reach out and talk to me about whatever the case may be. And how did you quote this? How did you how did you put it together? A lot of times we will share those ideas back and forth across the platform. And realistically, not ever even involve JobTread as a in the support category right there, because either we've done it or he's done it or vice versa. And it really does help a lot. So the videos, they go a long way. The support goes a long way, but also the help of people in the industry and understand your business also really can help a lot. So I hope everybody that joins on is willing to be as supportive as all the members so far to help one another and try to push everything in the right direction for the industry.
Great, thank you. All right, Eric, I'm probably going to toss this one to you. Does JobTread have any plans to integrate with design software or to create its own design platform at any point?
It's a great question. I think probably what would be the most exciting relative here to the Decorators partnership. So like Nick showed earlier, they've got a tool that is basically a deck design tool. And so what we'd really like to see is if that tool could essentially provide us, an export into a CSV with the full kind of takeoff that it already does, that can already be imported directly into a job budget. We just need to get that export out of that system, into a CSV, or even better would be a, programmatic way via an API so that we could just directly have a connection there. I'd say, who knows what the future holds. We had a really interesting discussion on our JobTread Pros Facebook group. And, I think that group is really awesome. And it goes to what Jason's been saying, that, it's about the community. And like, as we keep growing, I mean, hundreds of customers now are in there and able to collaborate with each other, but we had a really interesting discussion the other day about, whether we should add, kind of a design takeoff solution or not. And it was pretty mixed. I was surprised that everyone, didn't immediately say yes. Some people actually said no, they don't think that it would be useful. They think it would just, cause the price to increase or cause us to, lose focus on our core features. And so, I'd say for the immediate future, it's something that we're not, currently planning to do. But again, it's hard to know, what might happen in the future. I think though that the most immediate, focus is continuing to improve, the functionality that we have and kind of that core set of functionality that we've got right now. There's a ton of design software out there that, we can essentially integrate with, and that might be a better kind of short-term goal for us in that regard.
Great, thank you. If anyone also has any additional questions, feel free to add them to the Q&A box. And for now, I would like to ask Jason, if you could elaborate a little bit on the question that you answered earlier. Is there a way to account for unforeseen structural repairs to the home that are discovered during deconstruction and demo? Same question for change orders or requests. So if you want to elaborate on that a little bit, that'd be great.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's multiple ways of doing that. And that is, there's the way to go ahead and pre-put that into your contract and your terms and conditions, or anything that you want to add to your contract language or lingo on the front end, where you can put, if we find problems or if we find this, there will be a change order in place. Change orders have to be signed off by both parties and agreed upon on price before doing it, or whatever your legal language and jargon would be in order to do that. So that is an option. So that's there. The next thing that is there is there's the ability to go ahead and put in a change order and make the change on that on the fly. So you can go ahead and print a change order or send a change order directly across, almost like adding another proposal or anything else. And then once that's done, I mean, you can collect on it and you can do whatever terms on that individual actual change order. So it's almost like sending another proposal underneath your main proposal. So it can be done. It's very easy, very simple. And the very best way of doing it, because everything's documented once again. When a change order happens, change order can go through it and you see visibility. You can tie that to it. You can tie any pictures to it, all that type of stuff, why you're adding the change order, what your reasonings are for it.
Fantastic, thank you. One thing that JobTread is known for is its ability to integrate with other software, and through our open API, that really opens up endless opportunities. So are there any integrations that you all use that you find are beneficial for managing your company?
I would say the one thing that we use that is very beneficial, that and then we've actually spoke to Eric and the JobTread team entirely, and that's our payroll company that we use. It's been a wonderful asset to us. It's done tons for us, and if that's something that we could get moved into, and I know that Eric has reached out, talked to them, and is working in that direction, because it's a huge benefit. It was one of the biggest things that we've ever had happen to our company, along with JobTread and a few other things. It's really helped streamline our process. So payroll would be a huge one that they could put the API in and make it work together on my side.
Yeah, I'll go. So, because I mentioned previously, and I think Blake actually doubled down on this, is that when I showed up here, I was sending contracts in one program, and I was invoicing and building proposals in another, and then I was accounting and taking electronic payments. And now, so I integrate with my QuickBooks accounting. So all my invoices and payments get sent directly to my QuickBooks. That gets, my accountant reconciles that on a monthly basis. I don't touch it. Another thing, because I was taking electronic payments with QuickBooks, the fee structure is something to look at always, even with the ACH deposits, never mind credit cards. But I was able to utilize the integration with JobTread through Stripe. Now, when I send a proposal through JobTread, the customer has an option to pay through ACH deposit right by just clicking a link on that proposal. So that's been extremely beneficial to me just by simplifying our process. And I know, Eric kind of brushed by it like it's not that big of a new engine. Listen, customer database, automatic, like this is something we've been waiting for months. Like for us to no longer have to enter every customer's information in the database off of our WP form from our website, like we get 5, 10, 20 leads a week. And whether or not we're even going out to quote those jobs, we're entering that customer's information in our database. And right now we're doing that manually. So for a company like this to see that pain point, which we have expressed to them, and kind of say, no, we're working on, we're going to get you guys something, some HTML to put on your website to get rid of your WP form. So from now on, all that information that we're entering manually will just go right in the system. And then you go out to quote that job, you already have the customer in there. Click, write, make a budget, write a proposal, send it, everything's already in there. So like stuff like that is like, that's an incredible time save, right? Cody's on the call right now, and she probably spent an hour today putting, just really customer, maybe not an hour, but every single customer addresses, project requests. And it's a lot of work, right? When it can all just, photographs can just be uploaded automatically. So stuff like that, that's huge for us. It's a giant time saver. And really, I know that they're doing this kind of stuff because we've asked. You know what I mean? Like they're adding these integrations because they're saying, what are your pain points? What can we do to make your lives easier? How can we help you be more successful in business? And and these things are, that's, this is, it's, extremely helpful on our end. So
I think to take it one step further, and one of my favorite integrations, and you can set this up through Zapier, is that every time when you add a new customer contact into JobTread or even a vendor contact, it can automatically add it to your Google contacts or your Outlook contacts so that it instantly shows up on your phone. I think it's just one of the greatest features ever. And who's calling you all the time because they're already in your contacts.
Great. And Eric, if you could expand a little bit, we have some questions about, specific software and if they can integrate with JobTread. So if you want to kind of just mention Zapier and what our options with using our open API are, that would be great.
Yeah, with so we have several kind of first class integrations. So QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Desktop, Stripe, Slack. Actually, let's talk about Slack for a second. Slack is a phenomenal tool. It's totally just, it's free. And you can literally set up any sort of notifications that you want to automatically get pushed into Slack. It gives you the push notifications. You can have groups, conversations. It is a great communication tool. Totally free as well, which is awesome. But like the other big thing that we've integrated with is Zapier. And so Zapier is like it's like a kind of a middleware software where, everyone that integrates with Zapier you can then create what are called zaps. And so that will connect two apps, so like there can be a trigger and an action. And so something can happen in JobTread, and then that can automatically, trigger an action to happen in some other system or vice versa. And so like, I see there's a lot of questions like, go high level, they're on Zapier. So yeah, you can totally set up integrations between JobTread and Go High Level using that Zapier integration. I see some others. SketchUp. I haven't looked for SketchUp yet, but we should. So again, you just got to search the Zapier app store, and you can find kind of the solutions and then just connect them. And it's super awesome. It makes it really easy where you can, literally without any code, you can just kind of point and click and set up these zaps is really powerful. But yeah, if you really want to get techie, we do have an API. And so, if you were to have a developer, they could, basically build an integration with any app that has an API. Obviously that takes a lot more time. It takes, you got to pay a developer to do it. But it is possible. And, we do consider ourselves like an API first company. It blows my mind when, other software out there, I won't name names, but like they don't have APIs. They don't have the notion of being able to integrate. And I think that's so important. We realize as much as we want to be that end-to-end solution, like you're not going to be able to do everything. And so, it's important that the solutions that you do bring to the table, are connected, and that you've got processes where the data can flow seamlessly from one system to another. And it's not having to be manually entered over and over and over again. We're all about automations. And so, happy to have more in-depth discussion with anyone that would like to kind of flush that out in further detail. Just got to sort of know exactly what system you're wanting to integrate with, and then we can kind of figure out what those options are for you.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to pull us into the last question. So the question is, what would you say to other people who are considering JobTread and maybe they're on the fence? And I'd like to hear from each of you, if you could just give a quick advice you would give someone who's on the fence about JobTread. Let's start with Eric and move our way through Jason, Blake, Nick, and then Kevin.
Look, we're giving you a 50% off your first month with a 30-day money back guarantee. There's really no reason not to try it. I think it's a phenomenal opportunity. If we can't help you grow your business, become more profitable, become more efficient, then again, sure, go, look for something else. But I'm confident that we can, and I'd certainly love the opportunity to demonstrate that to you.
Hey, I guess I'm next here. Hey, Eric, what's the monthly charge now?
It's for Deckorator Certified Pros. Let's see, we got the right here. So it's $142 a month.
And tonight it's 50% off. Is that correct?
Yep.
I'll make it real simple. If you don't like it the first month, Eric's giving you half off. I'll give you your money back. It's real. I don't believe that you'll find a reason why you couldn't like it or find any benefit from it. If you don't find a benefit from it, you obviously haven't either tried or not given it any chance or really going to probably succeed in business at all, if you really want to know my personal opinion. So he'll give you 50% off on the front. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back for the rest of it on the month. Awesome. I believe truly it's that important. It's one of the biggest game changers I've made. And I'm not saying that because I gain anything from it. I'm saying that because truly it makes a big difference. It's run our business totally different. And it's also surrounding yourself with people that are good people. And if you want to succeed in business, surround yourself with real good people. And these are the best in the industry.
Yeah. And one thing I just wanted to address, I see Jacobus asked, he's a small contractor with 2 guys on the ground and then a few subs, electrician, masonry, drywall. All of your subcontractors, they're all free and unlimited. They can use the vendor portal for free. Those are your external users. We only charge for your internal users. So, if you have, one additional user, it's another $20 a month. So it's only for those employees. It's not for all of your subs and contractors. Those are free and unlimited.
I think what Eric's saying too is, would that work for a company that's small? Yes, it would. And what you need to start doing is you need to start not working in your company, but work on your company, and JobTread's going to allow you to do that. someone should have just given Jason Varney a microphone so he could drop it right there on the beach. He pretty much summed it up. So, no, I think it's a great tool to make you successful. And I think that's one thing that, Deckorators and JobTread both have in mind. You know, they're focused on making you successful. So partner with people that want you to be successful. And that's one thing I do. And that's one thing that is different about the Deckorators team than anybody else is it's really a tight-knit community of guys wanting to make each other more successful and offer a high quality product. So it's a no-brainer. Jason, I don't need to pay you. He'll pay you if you don't use it. So, yeah.
We'll actually
Great.
give you your money back with a 30-day money back guarantee as well. But hey, Jason, if you wanna refund any, I mean, we have very few requests for it, so it's probably a non-starter. But anyways.
I'll also, I want to jump in here and congratulate Carolina Platinum Decking for signing up for JobTread. Thank you so much. We're excited to have you part of the team. Signing up while we're doing the webinar. So welcome on board, and we're happy to have you. All right, Nick, take it away with your pitch.
Yeah, guys, I think if you heard anything, you have a bunch of people that care about the business, care about the products that you're using, care about your business. The brotherhood, sisterhood of what we've created here at Deckorators is just a touch of what we see the future to be with Deckorators. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being on here, the time you guys took away from your family, your jobs, to listen to us talk about how to benefit and help grow your business and be successful. The organization skills that you have in front of you right here with JobTread is unbelievable. And again, I just want you guys all to know how much we care about all of our contractors, all of our vendors that we work with. And this is just a touch and just a little, an appetizer of what the future is going to hold for Deckorators. And appreciate you guys being on here.
Thank you, Nick. We have another sign up. Welcome aboard Walnut Hollow Construction. We're happy to have you too.
Welcome, Manny.
Manny.
All right, Kevin, if you want to give your last pitch, you can kind of close it out.
Yeah, listen, Jason took the words right out of my mouth, but I did read the slide while he was saying that, and it's actually a risk-free money-back guarantee anyway. So I don't think either of us has to offer your financial guarantee. Listen, I'm pretty much an open book, right? And a lot of you guys that are on here that know me, that we've met at events or we talk on social media, just like I'm totally willing to share like our methods and some of our processes. I'm willing to open up, my side of this program to anybody who wants to see like how I utilize it or who actually has any questions from like, the real-time user perspective that we didn't answer today. Just go ahead and shout me out on Instagram, or I'll give you my phone number. We can discuss. I'll be a long-time user here. Our business is growing. You know what I mean? This isn't a job for me. This is our future. So like, this is one of the important tools, right, that I utilize on a daily basis to build a company. You know what I mean? And as we get into some of these further integrations and really like further like leverage this software to create a profitable entity, right? And then hopefully down the road, multiple entities, right? As the plan unfolds. So like, this is it's a valuable asset for us. And so what I will say is, if anybody wants to connect with me offline, many of you know that I'm very willing to do so. So you can reach out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, or many of these people can give you my contact information or our website. There's many ways to reach out to me. And I will also say that like I have team members too that are like willing to help like your team members with really any questions that you may have from like the user perspective, right? So that's what I can offer here. because I've clearly made it open that like we're happy. You know what I mean? We're happy with what we have here, and that's the reason that I'm taking my time to come on here tonight and really tell you guys about it, because I do get a lot of questions about the software. And I just thought this was a good platform to have the opportunity to come on and just like be a part of this. So that's it. If anybody, feel free to reach out.
Awesome.
Great.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you,
guys. Thank you.
Kevin.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So if you're not currently using JobTread, or if you have any additional questions about our partnership with Deckorators, we'd love to continue the conversation. Simply schedule a demo at jobtread.com/demo if you want to see more, or of course, talk to one of the people on this call. I'm sure that they'll be happy to show you what they have. Also, check out our future and recorded webinars at jobtread.com/webinars. They're all free and open to the public. Thank you again for joining us today.